This video is going to be on how I took a polyrhythm and inserted it into a song at church to actually make it the driving rhythm behind the chorus. Because sometimes when you're dealing with polyrhythms, sometimes it's just a mathematical separation in your brain on how to reconcile two different rhythms within the same space. And sometimes it doesn't seem like it's very applicable. It's just one of those things that's complicated that you try to get a grasp of so you can have a better command of your instrument. But in this case, I took a song called Glorious Day that we do at several churches I've played at, and the original beat is not very inventive or interesting. It's just kind of a four on the floor type thing, not very interesting. And when I started hearing kind of the sub melody in the chorus, I started feeling like a 5/4, and I started messing with it, and I came up with basically a swung 5/4 polyrhythm that fits squarely, 5/4 fits squarely over 4 quarter notes, and that's what it ended up being. Was a 5 phrase inside of a 4 note space, and it's kind of swung, so it's kind of got this hippity hoppity bouncy feel going on. But let's take the basic 5/4, and then I'll show you what I did to make it fit into the song. Let's have the right hand be the 4. And against that, you're playing 5 notes with your left hand. So you're playing 5 notes. In the space of 4. So if you add those together, obviously if it was 4, it would sound even. But you're adding 5 to the 4, so you have an extra note, which makes it spaced out in between the notes. So you end up having this kind of feel. Take out the 4, let's just do the 5. I'm going to have the 4 on my right thigh. So there's your 5 in between the 4. And you add them both together, you have this. So basically, that's very straight. That's just basically a very straight 4 with 5 against it. But what I did was I swung it. So it ended up being phrased over the 4s on the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I swung triplets between a couple of those 5 notes on the 5 against 4, and I write it on the crash cymbal, so it kind of has a washout kind of effect, so you really can't hear some of the notes. But the sticking that I actually use for Glorious Day on the chorus is this. Sometimes I'll add a 32nd note on the first 5, and it'll sound like this. example of how I took a 5/4 polyrhythm and slid it into a song as an example of actually how you can actually take a polyrhythm and make it fit. And it's not just an exclusive rote exercise in and of itself.